humanity has looked to the ocean's giants and crowned its king, a primal monster dominating through sheer size and ruthless teeth. But the true monarch of the deep doesn't rely on instinct. It relies on strategy.
They are called the killer whale, a name born of fear and observed ferocity by whalers generations ago. Yet this fearful designation fails to capture the true nature of the creature beneath the dorsal fin. They are not whales at all. They are, in fact, the largest member of the oceanic dolphin family, the Delphinidae. Weighing up to 6 tons and moving at nearly 35 miles per hour, the orca is a machine. But unlike any other apex predator on the planet, their power is not defined by their raw physical might. It is defined by their cultural sophistication. Their secret weapon is housed within their massive brain, capable of thought, memory, and tactical cohesion that allows them to change the entire laws of the food chain. They are a society built on learning, and where most creatures hunt, the orca executes a plan. To understand the orca, one must first dismiss the concept of a single uniform species. The world's oceans host entirely distinct populations, or ecotypes, that have evolved specialized behaviors based entirely on their environment. The Pacific, 2 populations, the residents and the transients, share the same waters, yet they never interbreed. They are genetically distinct, separated not by geography, but by culture and diet. The resident pod speaks a specific dialect and eats exclusively fish, while the transient pod speaks a different language and hunts strictly marine mammals. These populations are cultural isolates. The phenomenon of orca culture is not mere instinct, but a complex, inherited suite of learned behaviors, or what we term tradition. This culture dictates everything from their hunting grounds to their vocalizations. These differences are profound enough to prevent them from recognizing each other as members of the same species. Their food source defines them. The transients, constantly hunting wary seals and sea lions, must travel in small, quiet groups. Their survival depends on acoustic stealth. The residents, chasing schooling fish, can afford to be louder and form massive social groups of 50 or more. The environment molds the culture. The culture is maintained by a specialized shared language. Their sophisticated system of clicks, whistles, and pulsed calls acts as a unique dialect. Pods can be identified simply by listening to their specific soundprint. The anatomy of their genius lies in their colossal brain, the second largest of any mammal. Critically, their cerebral cortex is highly convoluted and features an enormous paralimbic system associated with high-level emotion, complex social behavior, and self-awareness. It suggests a consciousness and emotional depth that pushes the boundaries of our own understanding. This unparalleled intelligence allows for complex abstract thought, planning, and mimicry. They're one of the only species outside of humans and a few primates to have convincingly passed tests demonstrating self-recognition. They know who they are, and, critically, they know who their family is. When we speak of orca intelligence, we are speaking of shared collective wisdom. Every hunting success, every error, every tactic is stored in the communal memory bank of the pod, making the group smarter than the sum of its parts. The keeper of that knowledge, the literal center of orca society, is the matriarch. A pod is a family led by the grandmother. She decides where they hunt, what they eat, and she holds the key to the pod's future. Unlike nearly every other mammal, male and female orcas never leave their mother's side. This extraordinary bond allows the matriarch to live well into her 90s, long after her reproductive years are over. This phenomenon, menopause, is rare in the animal kingdom, and science believes it serves a profound, specific purpose. She serves as the cultural encyclopedia when her reproductive years end. The post-reproductive female doesn't compete for resources. Instead, she becomes the memory keeper. When resources are scarce or a severe environmental event hits, it is the older female who recalls knowledge of past successful hunting grounds or alternative prey, knowledge she gained 50 years prior. Her existence ensures the pod's survival during times of crisis. Her wisdom is the most valuable asset the pod possesses, directly correlating with the lifespan and health of her grandchildren. This is kinship, memory, and survival, elevated to an evolutionary strategy. Off the coast of Patagonia, a specialized transient pod has perfected a high-risk, high-reward technique to hunt sea lion pups. The entire pod surges in a tight, deliberate formation, generating a powerful bow wave designed to wash the terrified prey directly off the beach and into their waiting jaws. This requires incredible coordination, acoustic communication, and risk assessment. One small error, and the orca risks beaching itself permanently. But the success rate demonstrates the pod's perfect confidence in their communal planning. The survival of the few depends on the perfect execution of the many. In the deep fjords of Norway, the prey is fast-moving herring. Here, the pod utilizes sound. They acoustically herd the fish into a tight, dense sphere known as a bait ball. Then, with a practiced precision, a single orca delivers a tail slap designed to stun, not kill. The feed is orderly, efficient, and ensures a sustained meal for the entire group. These specialized hunting methods are not innate. They are learned and passed down. This is the definition of culture in the wild. For decades, the great white shark was considered the undisputed ruler of the oceans, the perfect ambush predator. But in the waters off South Africa, something has shifted. The tables have turned. Beginning in the mid-2010s, evidence emerged of orcas not just attacking, but specifically hunting great whites. This is not a clash of equals. It is a strategic dismantling. The orcas do not rely on a bite or a thrashing fight. They rely on their superior intelligence and teamwork. The orca's strategy is chillingly effective. They flank the shark, using their size and speed to nudge and then flip it upside down. This induces a state called tonic immobility, rendering the shark temporarily paralyzed and helpless. The orca then targets the most energy-rich prize, the shark's massive, oily liver. If we lose a single matriarch, we don't just lose an animal. We lose 50 years of cultural knowledge, the language, the techniques, and the history that defines their survival. The world's true apex predator is defined by its culture, and that culture is fragile. The orca is more than the killer whale of legend. It is a master strategist, a loyal family member, and a keeper of ancient culture. Their reign is secured not by individual ferocity, but by the power of the pod. The ocean has an undisputed ruler. What animal do you think stands a chance against their strategic brilliance? Let us know in the comments below.